The Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most chilling and perplexing mysteries in modern history, a tragedy that continues to baffle investigators, historians, and mystery enthusiasts more than 6 decades later. In late January 1959, a group of 10 skilled hikers, mostly students from the Ural Polytechnic Institute, embarked on a challenging skiing expedition to Mount Otorten in the northern Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union. The group was led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, a highly respected and experienced adventurer. Each member of the expedition was physically fit, trained, and qualified for such a difficult journey. Not long after setting out, one member, Yuri Yudin, fell ill and turned back, sparing him from the fate that awaited the others. The remaining 9 pressed onward, documenting their trek with journals and photographs that reflected good spirits despite worsening weather conditions. On February 1, 1959, the group pitched their tent on the slopes of Kholat Syakhl, a mountain whose name in the indigenous Mansi language ominously means Mountain of the Dead. That night would be the last they were ever seen alive. Let's dive into the story. When the hikers failed to report back on schedule, search teams were dispatched. On February 26th, rescuers discovered the group's tent. What they found was unsettling. The tent was still filled with personal belongings, warm clothes, and boots, but it had been cut open from the inside, as though the occupants had slashed their way out in a desperate rush. From the campsite, footprints in the snow led into the forest, some belonging to people wearing only socks, others completely barefoot. The first 2 bodies were found beneath a large cedar tree, dressed only in underwear and showing signs of trying to build a fire. 3 more, including Dyatlov himself, were found between the tree and the tent, apparently having tried to return but succumbing to the freezing temperatures. All 5 were determined to have died of hypothermia. 2 months later, the remaining 4 hikers were discovered in a snow-covered ravine deeper into the forest. Their deaths defied explanation. 1 had a fractured skull, 2 suffered massive chest injuries similar to the force of a car crash, and Lyudmila Dubinina was missing her tongue and parts of her face. Strangely, none of them bore external wounds consistent with the severity of their internal trauma. Adding to the mystery, traces of radiation were detected on their clothing. The Soviet investigation, conducted in secrecy, closed with the vague conclusion that the group had died due to an unknown compelling force. This explanation satisfied no one, and the case was quietly classified. Over the years, countless theories have emerged. The most widely debated include a slab avalanche, which could have forced the hikers from their tent, and military testing, possibly involving parachute mines or secret weapons, which might account for the strange injuries and radiation. Others suggest katabatic winds, infrasound-induced panic, or even encounters with UFOs and paranormal forces. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case and concluded once again that a slab avalanche was responsible. Yet many experts and families of the victims remain skeptical, pointing to inconsistencies in the evidence, the nature of the injuries, and the eerie secrecy surrounding the original investigation. The Dyatlov Pass incident endures not just as a tragic story of 9 young lives lost in the frozen wilderness, but as an unsolved riddle, an unnerving blend of natural danger, unexplained phenomena, and lingering conspiracy. To this day, it stands as a haunting reminder that some mysteries may never yield their secrets, keeping the world forever questioning what really happened that night on the Mountain of the Dead. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.